We are busy with our series on leveraging outsourcing for profit. This is an expanded conversation on the webinar we did with the Business Advisor Academy. And in this particular video, I am looking at the question of affordability, because no matter how powerful the argument is for outsourcing, there is the possibility that your business simply cannot afford it. You're just not in the place where you can pay someone to do the work for you. Whether it's a staff member or an outsource provider, doesn't make a difference because there just isn't any money. Now, that could happen for a couple of different reasons. Your practice could be very new and you might still be trying to build up income. You might not even be paying yourself a decent salary at this point. You might serve really small businesses who have small budget and therefore you don't have large prices and you're scared to increase your prices because you might lose your customers, or you might have already invested the profit that you have in something else. So there are reasons why a business cannot afford to outsource, and it doesn't mean you're doing something wrong. It could just be the place that you're in right now. So yes, it would be absolutely amazing to completely hand over your monthly grunt work or your social media presence. It would be a huge weight off your mind. But if you can't afford it, you can't afford it. So the first thing I'm going to say, if you are low on cash, if you're finding affordability to be difficult, that it might be a good time. If you're not brand new, it could be a good time for you to review your pricing with the clients themselves. Is the accounting profession notoriously undercharges. The only place in the world that I have seen bookkeeping charged at a decent rate is America. Everywhere else, we are scared to charge what we are worth. Compliance is seen as a grudge purchase. I know it is a grudge purchase from the point of view that it's something that people have to be regulatory compliant, and therefore they don't necessarily want to spend their money on it. They have to. That doesn't change the fact that it's actually very valuable. What you do is valuable to a client. You give them peace of mind. You keep them out of trouble. I mean, literally, your work could be the difference between them staying out of jail or not. So it is valuable work, and it should be seen as valuable work. I think it's a terrible thing that the accounting industry sees themselves as a grudge purchase. Yes, there are lots of clients who do grudge the purchase, but not all of them. And if you're a good accountant and you're making a difference to your clients, then it is not a grudge purchase. So please consider increasing your prices, even if it's just as simple as putting on 10% because you haven't done an annual increase in the last 5 years. Lift your pricing. I also want you to review your clients. Bad clients are not worth the money you think you can't lose. We hang on to clients because we think we need their income, but toxic clients that drain your happiness are not worth it. And 9 times out of 10, they're paying you late or they're not paying at all, and they're giving you gray hairs for nothing. And I have seen it over and over and over again that when you cut your toxic clients, you actually make more money every time. I have never seen someone cut a toxic client and regret it. So please, if you are in a position where you do not have enough cash flow to look at investing in something new, whether that's outsourcing or software or automation or a staff member, if you're in a position where things are tight, please look at increasing your prices and getting rid of your nightmare clients. I promise they're not worth it. If you don't know how, or you think I'm lying, book a call with me. We'll go through it together. I'll show you. I promise you, I will show you that you will make more money if you cut your toxic clients. Otherwise, having considered those things and putting them aside, in the back of this free book of ours, Using Outsourcing to Grow Your Firm, of which the link is below this video, and it was available with the webinar as well, In the back of the book, I have a section called What If I Can't Afford It? And in that section, we go through a couple of little things that you can try implementing before outsourcing. So these are ways that you can free up some of your time and possibly some of your money to slowly build up to the point that you can outsource an entire function without worrying about it. So these are little things. They're not an exhaustive list. Some of them may not apply to you in your circumstances, but we're going to go through them quickly now, and then I go through them in more detail in the book, so do go grab it. But these are things that will open up time for you. So either they're going to relieve your time pressure, which if that's all you needed, that's great. You can just implement these and be done. Or what will happen is they'll open up time that you can then give to better paying clients and more, profitable services, and you can make more money so that you can actually outsource something. All right, so these are other ways to save time. The first is to get on top of your planning, because not everyone can afford a PA, but there are amazing time management and task management apps available, and they'll help you to stay on top of your schedules and your workload. And the best part is that many of them are completely free. And a good task management app will give you a bird's eye view of your workload every single morning. My personal favorite is Asana, but there are so many ways. I mean, different apps out there, and there are different ways to display tasks and customize tools and do all sorts of things. But get yourself task management software, and then take 5 minutes every morning to orientate yourself, look at your schedule, and plan your day. I promise it will make a huge difference. I went for years without using something like this, using paper checklists, which are great because you're still in control, but you'll be amazed at the difference the task management software does. Apart from anything else, you can literally do mental dumps into them to get things off your mind and into software, and then they stop taking up load in your brain. The other thing I would encourage you to do as an accounting firm owner is embrace the cloud. If this is something that scares you, then reach out to people who know what they're doing, like App Advisory Plus. But honestly, this will change your life. It's also, if you're in the UK, it's becoming more and more of a necessity with making tax digital. You are running the risk of actually being non-compliant by not embracing the cloud. But that aside, I cannot tell you how embracing the cloud completely changed the face of my accounting practice, because reputable online accounting software, it does automatic bank feeds, it helps you to snap and upload receipts, you can do recurring invoices, you can do so many things that save time. The implementation of Dext alone in my practice, just Dext, taking the rest aside, just looking at Dext, saved us 20 hours a month just by bringing one piece of software into the practice. We saved 20 hours. When you add in then the time-saving benefits of the automatic bank feeds and the recurring invoices and being able to email reminders or auto-email reminders, all of these things save you so much more time than you can even imagine. And there are so many apps out there these days that integrate with the cloud accounting softwares and save you even more time. And it costs a fraction of what it would cost to pay a staff member to do these things for you. So do your research and put together a tech stack that can literally change your life. And again, if you need help, call in an expert like App Advisory Plus. There are people out there that do this for a living. They sit with accounting firm owners and they help you find the tools that will change your practice. And it's amazing how much time it will save you. All right. The other thing is to remove your domestic burdens. Now, as I said, not all of these are going to apply to you, but it is not uncommon for business owners to try and save costs at home as well as in their business. So because you're busy building up a firm, you think, oh, we'll just do our housework on the weekend and we'll save ourselves some cash, because our businesses are like our children. And you think you've planned for every eventuality, but it takes way more time and energy than you thought possible. And then all of a sudden, that time that you thought you were going to be spending on housework is taken up by emails. And now you've got an overflowing laundry basket and an overflowing sink full of dishes. And that's taking up mental load as well as your time. If you can't afford full-time domestic help, get someone in once a week, something along those lines. Domestic help to help you keep your area clean and keep your mind free of those burdens is way less expensive than employing a secretary. And they might even help you with things like paperwork, but it's going to save you so much time and mental burden. And in line with that, I would say involve your family. A supportive family is vital to the success of a business owner. Building a business is hard, and you need people to come and support you and help you through your tough times. And if they are willing to give you emotional support, I promise you there's a good chance they'll give you physical support as well. Now, your kids might not be able to do accounting for you, but they can help you file your paperwork. And your spouse or sibling can temporarily take over a portion of your chores or help you ferry children around or do things that is taking time from you that you could be spending on clients instead. A teenage child can help you count stock. It's amazing if you ask your family, that you tell them that you need help and ask them to help you. And I promise you they'll be there for you and they'll love it as well. So involve family and try and remove your domestic burdens, because you'll be amazed at how much mental space those things are taking up and how much time you save if you ask for help. Buy the right tools. So if we're looking at home, if a part-time domestic is still out of the question, still not affordable, look at doing something like buying a dishwasher. Because at 10 minutes a day that you spend on dishes can suddenly be spent on answering emails. In the same way, making sure that your computer is new enough and strong enough to handle your workload so that it's not constantly freezing will help you time-wise and sanity-wise. A new laptop is a once-off purchase, but it will save you time by operating faster than your current old one. The same with Wi-Fi. Invest in good Wi-Fi so that it's fast and strong. It can literally be life-changing. We don't think that our Wi-Fi connections make that much of a difference, but you know that if it's shaving 30 seconds off your wait time per transaction, and you're doing 50 to 100 transactions a day, you just saved yourself nearly an hour a day and nearly 4 hours per week just by upgrading an internet connection. So look at the tools that you are using and make sure that they are the right tools and that they are at the right level that you need to be as efficient as possible, because you'd be amazed at how much time you are wasting simply because you're not using the right tool at the right time. Look at investing in specialized services. Again, this is more for people with children. Do things like banding together with other parents and creating a carpool. So you only have to do the school run once a week instead of 5 times a week. Look at, or if you can't do a carpool, look for the many mom taxi services that are available. Yes, they come at a cost, but that cost is less than paying for a PA. You could look for services that deliver home-cooked meals to the door. There's many that do. Not only do you save time on cooking, but you probably also don't have to worry about your family's nutrition. That anxiety gets handled for you as well. Look at buying your monthly groceries and services on the internet and having them delivered. Any service that involves someone else doing a time-consuming activity for you and delivering the result to your home is worth paying for. It saves time. Likewise, a nanny or an au pair, someone who can keep an eye on your kids during the afternoon so that you do not have to juggle work and kids and feel bad because you know that there's someone helping them with their homework, and you know that they're going to get home safely from school, and you can go spend time with them in the evenings or your afternoons off, where you can be 100% present because you finished the work you had to do while someone else was looking after them. And if a nanny is not an option, you could look at enrolling your kids in extramural activities. Children's brains are hungry for knowledge and growth. So adding extra activities into their roster will be advantageous for them, and it saves you a bit of time. Yes, some of these things might cost money. Maybe horse riding or violin lessons cost you money, but they are good for your children, and it gives you an extra hour or two to focus on work so that when they come home, you can focus on them. And lastly, I would say invest in a coach or a training program or something that is going to help you to work through the areas in your business where you are currently getting stuck. Paying a business coach for a short time period can pay huge dividends in the long run. They help you to evaluate your pricing, like we were discussing earlier, evaluate your toxic clients, learn how to sell with confidence, increase your knowledge of business management. You, as accountants, we feel that we should know these things because managing money from an accounting perspective kind of makes us feel like we should know how to manage money and manage a business. But they're actually different things. Managing a business and being an accountant are two very different core strengths, and there's absolutely no shame in getting an expert to teach business management to you. If you feel that you need someone to help you craft the way forward, we have some suggestions in the book of really good coaches that you could consider. But have a look at getting someone to help you to reevaluate what you're doing and how you're doing it, because there's a good chance that there is a block somewhere in your firm that if you can remove that blockage, things will flow more freely. I'm speaking from experience here. I cannot tell you how my accounting firm transformed because I went into coaching programs. The first one was a group coaching program for accountants. You may have heard of Pro Nation. It's a wonderful program. Just being able to mix with people who were in the same position as me and being able to ask questions of people who were further down the road than me, as well as having the knowledge and experience of the leaders of the group, that transformed the way I ran my practice. I have taken advantage of Amanda Watts's program in the Business Advisor Academy, and I've taken advantage of Mark Wickersham's Value Pricing Academy. Those three things transformed my business and my life. It is worth investing in knowledge that you don't yet have, and having someone come alongside you and help you implement that knowledge will transform your business so much faster than trying to muddle through it on your own. So these are ways that I highly recommend saving time, trying to save money, getting yourself in a space where your mental anxiety is lower, the demands on your time are fewer, and you have the space and the knowledge that you need to start running your business the way you want to. And that might involve outsourcing and it might not. But if it does, these are little steps that you can take that might help you afford it in the future if you can't afford it right now.